Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy Minerva. Now, this figure's release was sort of a bit clumsy, I might say. I mean, of course, she was leaked, like every modern figure is nowadays. But for a few months, well, we just had the leak and nothing else. But then, one day, I just go on eBay and I see like multiple listings of this figure in box before she's officially announced, and I'm all, wait, what? How are people getting this? I mean, I think it's because like a shop was like selling Minerva before she was officially announced, but still, I was just really confused. It was also the first time I saw this figure packaging, which we'll get to soon. So yeah, for quite a number of months, Hasbro just didn't acknowledge this figure. It wasn't until like what, October, I think, that Hasbro first acknowledged this figure. So yeah, just shows that Hasbro can be a bit weird when it comes to showing off figures. Not mentioning any names, but if people can get figures before they're officially shown, you know you've messed up. But well, small tangent aside, let's finally take a look at the packaging. And of course, we've got the standard Legacy style of packaging. So we've got a picture of Minerva's vehicle mode here. Got the standard windowless style of packaging. This side we've got her robot mode, a close-up of her face. Got her name in Cybertronian, or in Ancient Autobot. Got her name here, Autobot Minerva, which I kind of feel like they should have called Master Force Universe Minerva, just because the recent Galaxy Shuttle figure is called Victory Universe Galaxy Shuttle, but yeah, let's not do another tangent. This side we've got some of the Autobots. The back we've got her in both modes. There's no QR code because, well, this is a store exclusive. And that's pretty much it for the box. So, yeah. Now, as I said, this is a store exclusive, and judging from the rescue color scheme, you can probably tell this is a Walgreens exclusive. Yeah. But well, I actually kind of like this color scheme. And well, of course, if you couldn't tell, this is a recolor of the Elita 1 mold. Well, I can't help but think that Elita 1 was actually a pre-tool for Minerva. Yeah, we'll more see that in the robot mode. But looking at the vehicle mode here, she transforms into this rescue car, I guess. Just like how she did it in Master Force. Got the light bar here, which replaces the faux Elita 1 head. But aside from that, the rest is pretty much the same, just recolored from Elita 1. We've got some red striping, which for some reason Minerva has, but they didn't have on Kingdom Red Alert. I don't know. We've got this little thing here, which could be a cheeky nod at the Red Cross thing, which Hasbro can't really show. Seeing how they can't really put it on Ratchet anymore. I don't know, it's probably just left over from the Elita mold. Got the Autobot insignia. The underneath, of course, we pretty much just have the entire robot there. I just like to turn the head around so it's not obvious we have a robot here, but come on, like there's a obviously the fists, so yeah, you can pretty much just tell how she transforms. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. And well, I kind of think this works a bit better for Minerva than it does with Alita. I don't know, as I said, I think Alita was more of a pre-tool for Minerva. And well, moving on to the accessories. Of course, we get the two guns that Alita had, only just recolored. So we get this one, which is now painted in black, and this one, which is just not painted at all. And you do have a few options here. You can do what the box shows, and just plug them into the side. And I'm just getting my Blast Effect box open. But yeah, you can just plug the guns into the side. Or, because we do have a port here on the light bar, you can combine the two guns. And you can attach them on like so. This is something that with Alita, you actually had to remove the little faux headpiece. And well, are these Blast Effect compatible? Well, of course, they're just recolors of the weapons that came with Alita, so yep. And seeing how Blast Effects are sort of 50-50 when it comes to Legacy, it's nice to see that they're not entirely gone with this toy line. Just sort of not a big priority like they were in the War for Cybertron trilogy. So of course you can plug in like little blasts, full-on laser shots, or maybe this if a gun's jammed, foreshadowing a future review. But yeah, and of course you've got ports on the side here, you've got ports on the back, so you do have a couple of options for the weapons. Although, let's just plug them into the side for now. And well, for comparison, here's Minerva with her mold mate Alita 1. And you can pretty much see how the only differences are the colors and the different, I don't want to say that this is a light bar, because this is sculpted to resemble the top of Alita 1's head. But, like, yeah, the only differences are the colors and the different top accessory, I guess. But aside from that, it's pretty much the exact same mold. Although Minerva doesn't really have colored hubcaps. But Minerva does have some more added detailing, like the colored spoiler. And added Autobot insignia. Her gun doesn't really look to be infused with energon anymore, though. Although Alita does sort of have a more detailed hood, though, it looks like. So, well, we do get some more details in some areas, we do lose some in others. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the comparison. And well, moving on to the transformation. Now, to get this figure transformed, it's basically the same as Alita 1. And yeah, I did remove the weapons for this. So to start, we're just going to take the back, flip these out, get the back of the vehicle out like so. Untap the arms. Untap the front of the vehicle. Just lift all that up. Rotate the waist. Split the legs. Flip these in. Move these up. These are going to form a little shoulder bits, I guess. Straighten the arms. So she doesn't have like gorilla arms. Then straighten the wrists. Move all this down. Rotate the head around, and yeah, she's not a headmaster in this release. So I'm guessing in the lore of Legacy, she lost her headmaster ability. I think she did that at the end of Master Force anyway, so... But... Oh, I did actually forget a step. Don't forget to fold this up. But well, here we have Minerva in her robot mode. And yeah, you can sort of just fold these however you like. So you can just have them like this. You can fold them down like so. You can just not fold them out at all. So yeah. Now having a quick look, well, if my tongue will actually work, having a quick look at the head sculpt, they actually did remold the head, so it actually resembles her headmaster. But of course, as I stated, her head doesn't come off, which, with the nature of the windowless packaging, if I can actually get that, because I did throw it earlier, with the nature of the windowless packaging, if her head was intended to come off, yeah. So it's a good thing her head doesn't really come off, unless you know the headmaster was a separate piece or she was in a closed box. Yeah, I'm just going off tangent here. Point is, she's not a headmaster in this release. And if they were to like deco this into night beats, which I don't think they will, I don't think they would retool this to be a headmaster. But still, and my voice is cracked, but still, this is a really nice looking head sculpt. Even got the painted antennas there. Now, giving her weapons, of course, we can just plug them into her hands. And of course, as I showed earlier, they are blast effect compatible. I can actually just get this in. There we go. So yeah. And of course, if you have any weaponizers or fossilizers, or if you're watching this in the future, the evolution junkions laying around, you can plug them into the ports here, for example on the feet. Although, in my case, I've just got blast effects. So yeah. Now, once again, for comparison, here she is with Alita 1. And once again, the only differences are the head sculpt and the colors. Yeah, and you can sort of see where the, I think this is more a pre-tool because, yeah, Minerva sort of had these shoulder things. If I remember, if I well, you get my point. Minerva did have these shoulder things, and I think her brief appearance in Victory. So, if anything, I think this is more based on how Minerva appeared in Victory, whereas Alita didn't really have these shoulder pauldron things. So, what I like to do is just fold these back. And what that does is, it sort of gives Alita a different looking silhouette from Minerva. Ever so slightly different, but yeah, you sort of see now. It's a small difference, but definitely impacts the silhouette in my opinion. Even if it's just a very slight alteration. And that's gonna be how I display my and that's gonna be how I display them. Minerva's going to be displayed how she's intended to, while Alita's gonna have her, I guess, front wheels like this. So yeah. Now for this figure's posability, well, we just removed the weapons for this. Well, her head can obviously go side to side. The arms can move, although keep in mind this can all get in the way. Of course, she can't T-pose. This can all move if you want that to. She's got elbows, bicep rotation, wrist rotation, waist swivel. Legs can go forward that far. She's got a knee joint. Go back that far. This can sort of swivel. She can do the split. And just due to the transformation, she's got a really good ankle pivot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. So yeah, now complaints. Well, on my copy, once again we got some looseness. Yeah, this is all quite floppy, unfortunately. Once again, this is probably just my copy, not set. But still. What else though? Well, they did sort of fix the foot issue I had of my Alita though, because on my figure with Alita, the feet kept coming off, but on Minerva they don't seem to do that, so that's one issue that they fixed. Although I think my biggest gripe would be how they handled the distribution for this figure, because as I said at the start, she was of course leaked, like with listings and images shown. Not much was said for a few months after that. Then there was like listings shown online, if I remember. I think she was like showing up early in stores, and like I think it was like October Hasbro acknowledged this figure. So yeah, my biggest complaint would be how Hasbro sort of swept this figure under the rug, which they sort of do for a lot of figures sometimes. Like, for some figures, they just do a huge, amazing reveal at, like, PulseCon or whatever, and with some figures, they just fart out a small picture reveal and say, oh yeah, this is a new figure. Even if they've already been leaked, like, months prior. I know that's more a complaint with, like, how Hasbro shows figures in general, but still, with this figure, it really shows. But still, Do I recommend this figure? Well, this is a really nice looking figure, and in my opinion, I think this mold actually works with Minerva more than it does with Lita. I mean, I think the colors just work a bit better in my opinion. I don't know. I think that's just my opinion, but yeah, if you're a fan of this mold, then yeah, I definitely do recommend this figure. So yeah, if you're a fan of, I know, Master Force or this mold or well, I was gonna say something else, but I thankfully stopped myself. But if you're a fan of this mold or Master Force or this character, then yeah, go ahead and get this figure because despite its questionable distribution, this is a really nice figure. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. So, this has been my review on Legacy Minerva, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.